Number 3, Isaiah Ayala is the designated hitter. In left field, we have number 5, Jacob Gahara. At shortstop, number 24, Austin Byers. On the mound today for the Tigers, number 16, Jaden Moreno. On first, Landon Lutz. On third, Emmett Mills. On second, number 2, Nolan Westbrook. In center field, number 11, Leighton Lotka. In right field, number 10, Isaiah Jimenez. And behind the plate today for the Tigers, number 6, Aiden Flores. The Tigers are led by head coach Ricky Salazar. He's assisted by Eric Guerrero and Jeremiah Lopez. Next, we have Cotton Pickers from the Robstown. In center field, number 17, Jose Serrano. In left field, number 3, Albert Ocanius. On first, number 2, Aiden Lozano. And designated hitter today is number 6, Lucas Stein. On third, number 1, Christian Barrera. On second, number 4, Dominic Alvarez. At shortstop, number 13, Aiden Aguilar. And in right field, number 11, Michael Vasquez. And today, for the Cotton Pickers, number 10, Christian Moreno. This time we ask that you please stand as we honor America with the national anthem.
welcome everyone to Beeville and Coastal Bend College for Game 2 of this 4A Division II Regional Semifinal. Floresville took Game 1 by a score of 11-1 in 4.5 innings yesterday. Defensively here for the Pickers in Game 2. Obviously some defensive changes from last night. In left field is Albert Ocaña. Center field, Jose Serrano. Right field, Michael Vasquez. Around the horn in the infield, Christian Barrera at third. Aiden Aguilar at short. Dominic Alvarez at second. Aiden Lozano at first. Battery this evening, Paxton Salinas behind the plate. And Christian Moreno on the mound. And you might ask, well, how is Lucas Saenz doing after that horrible crash into the left field fence? Lucas is in the lineup today as the designated hitter. And unfortunately, we did not get the Floresville lineup to build our graphics in time, but the exact same lineup as yesterday as far as batting order. Isaiah Ayala leading things off as the designated hitter. Jacob Guevara batting second. Austin Byer batting third. Jaden Moreno the cleanup hitter. Layden Mutz batting fifth. Emmett Nettles batting sixth. Nolan Westbrook batting seventh. Leighton Lotka batting eighth. And Isaiah Jimenez batting ninth. So Isaiah Ayala leading things off for the Tigers, and the first pitch from Moreno is a check swing, and Moreno's going to have to hurry to get that ball over to Lozano, and in time for out number one. That ball had a lot of spin on it coming off of Ayala's bat, was going right parallel with the first base line and took probably about a 25-degree angle to the left. Moreno, who was battling an illness yesterday, hustled over to make the play down the first base line. Well, that's going to bring up the left fielder Jacob Guevara, last night's starting pitcher for the Tigers. First pitch from Moreno misses away for ball one. Thank everyone for joining us tonight on Picker Nation News and the NFHS Network. 1-0 pitch misses inside. 2-0 to Guevara. In Floresville, one of the better hitting teams, at least that's what they showed yesterday against the Pickers. Or one of the better hitting teams that Robstown's played this year. 3-0 now on Guevara. And after one pitch and one out, Moreno has thrown 3 consecutive balls to Guevara. Wind not as blustery as it was yesterday, and that strike zone appears to be pretty tight to start out the game, as Guevara takes a 4-pitch walk. That pitch from our vantage point looked like it could have been on the black of the inside part of home plate to the right-handed batter. That's going to bring up the shortstop, Austin Byer. And runner on first, one out here in the top of the first inning. Game 2 of this best-of-3 regional semifinal series. Salinas set up outside. Pitch misses low, and that's 5 in a row thrown by Moreno. And if we've seen anything from Robstown this year, they will have a quick leash on the pitchers, especially with the season on the line as it is right now. 1-0 pitch to Byer, swing and a line drive foul into the Picker bullpen for strike one. Count even, 1 ball and 1 strike to Byer. Salinas set up outside again. And misses away for ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike on the left-hand hitting shortstop for Floresville. In infield, middle infield, a double play depth. Lozano holding the runner on at first. Pretty good sized lead at first. Swing and a ground ball foul outside of the first base line. Count even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. In the quote-unquote dirt around the bases here at Joe Hunter Field in Coastal Bend College is pretty small. Pickoff attempt. Not in time as Guevara back safely. Salinas set up outside for the 2-2 pitch. Another pickoff attempt, runner back in time. Moreno set for another 2-2 pitch. Called strike 3 as Byer didn't quite agree with that call. And that looked like that strike zone had expanded from the first 4 or 5 pitches of the game. First base coach from Floresville asking the umpire where that was. Well, that's going to bring up the pitcher, Jaden Moreno. So we've got a Moreno against Moreno matchup here. First pitch misses for ball 1. In 2 outs here, top of the first inning, no score. Runner on first for Floresville. Outside for ball 2. And Pickers playing Moreno slightly to pull in the infield and outfield. Lozano still holding Guevara on first. Swing and a ground ball. That's going to be a base hit through the 5-6 hole. And the Tigers have runners on first and second with 2 outs. It's going to bring up number 7 to first baseman Landon Mutz. And Guevara at first, or excuse me, at second. Moreno at first, and Christian Moreno misses for ball 1. To Landon Mutz. 1-0 pitch, curveball fouled back, out of play. Count even, 1 ball and 1 strike. Again, much smaller crowd so far here today, but a 5 o'clock start. I'm sure there's still plenty of people on their way and getting out of work on this Friday afternoon. Called strike 1 to Mutz. Excuse me, strike 2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes on the Tiger first baseman. Must have been a bit outside. Count now even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. You can tell it was probably off the plate as Salinas threw the ball immediately back to Moreno on the mound. 2-2 pitch from Moreno. Ground ball foul outside of third. Count stays 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Guevara at second. Moreno at first. Actually, courtesy runner at first. I believe it's Schultz. 2-2 pitch from Moreno. Fouled back. And the count stays 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Moreno set for another 2-2 pitch. And Mutz tried to lean into it. The ball bounced out of Salinas' glove, but not far enough for either one of the runners to advance. So runners will be off on the pitch. Full count, 2 outs, top of the first inning. Swing and a pop-up, and looks like it's going to go out of play onto the roof of the grandstands here. Count stays full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. It would be huge for the Pickers to get out of the first inning without allowing a run. Allowed 3 runs in game 1 yesterday. And that's low for ball 4, and the bases are loaded. And that's going to bring up the third baseman, number 9, Emmett Nettles. Nettles with 2 home runs yesterday, 1 inside the park, 1 out of the park. A big situation to start out here in the top of the first. Bases loaded, fly ball out into right field. Mikey Vasquez drifting over to his left and makes the play for out number 3. So no runs on 1 hit. There were a couple of walks. Bases left loaded after 1/2 inning. No score. Pickers coming to bat. And back on Picker Nation News, bottom of the first inning, lineup for the Pickers: top third Serrano, Cañas, Lozano; middle third Sainz, Barrera, and Alvarez; bottom third Salinas, Aguilar, and Vasquez. Jaden Moreno on the mound for the Tigers. First pitch to Serrano, called strike 1. Ground ball up the middle. Second baseman up with it over to first. Not in time, as Serrano has an infield single to start off the bottom of the first inning. And if you'll notice, Moreno working very quickly, just like Guevara last night. Hopefully the Pickers can make adjustments and step out of the box periodically, make him wait between pitches. Always good as a hitter to try to get the pitcher out of his rhythm. And that's going to bring up Albert Ocañas with the runner on first. And nobody out. Ocañas squares and line drive to Moreno, and that's going to be a double play. So not a good job executing the sacrifice by Ocañas. Popped it up right to the pitcher. Never want to bunt the ball in the air, and definitely don't want to do it right back to the pitcher. Well, that's going to bring up first baseman Aiden Lozano. Nobody on now, 2 outs. Pitch from Moreno, misses high. 4-1. Count even, 1 strike. One pitch to Lozano. Ground ball foul down the third base line. Count 1 strikes on Lozano. Two and two. Ground ball to first, mutts up with it and takes the play 3 unassisted for the final out of the first inning. So no runs on 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on after 1 complete. No score from Beeville. Back at Joe Hunter Field for the top of the second inning. 7-8-9 due up for the Tigers. Nolan Westbrook leading things off. First pitch from Moreno. Curveball hits him. And the Tigers have another leadoff runner here in the second inning. Oh, that's going to bring up center fielder Leighton Lotka. Moreno set for the first pitch to Lotka. Pickoff attempt, not in time. And a balk called on Moreno. Well, Coach Miller is going to go out and have a word with the second base umpire who called the balk. And of course, as the visiting team today, the designated visiting team, home plate umpire, second base umpire belong to Floresville. First and third belong to Robstown. Evidently, Coach Miller relaying what the umpire told him to Moreno. So now expect a bunt from Lotka with Westbrook at second. Swing and a foul ball for strike one. Fouled up on the right side. Should be room for Lozano. Makes the play for out number one. Westbrook bluffs a tag, but he stays at second. So one out here in the top of the second, and that's going to bring up number 9 hitter, Isaiah Jimenez. Moreno set for the first pitch to Jimenez. This is outside for ball one. Foul back, count even. 1 ball and 1 strike. In top of the order, Isaiah Ayala on deck for the Tigers. Alvarez keeping Westbrook close at second. Moreno set for the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a foul ball just outside of the Tiger dugout. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Isaiah Jimenez. And wind starting to pick up a little bit here in Beeville. Outside, count even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Moreno set for the 2-2 pitch. And this is high for ball 3. Count full, 3-2. That pitch looked fairly similar to the one that struck out Austin Byer in the top of the first. Maybe a little bit higher. Moreno set for the 3-2 pitch. And misses low for another walk. Well, the Tigers have runners on first and second with 1 out. And now the top of the order back up with Isaiah Ayala. Ayala with the check swing roller down the first baseline for out number 1 in the top of the first. So Westbrook at second, Jimenez on first, Ayala at the plate, Moreno set. And the first pitch to Ayala, grounded foul down to third base line. Ayala a little bit in front of that pitch. Moreno set for the 0-1. Way outside and low. Count even, 1 ball and 1 strike. A little bit outside for ball 2. And line drive past Barrera. That's going to be a run scoring single, and Westbrook scores, and the Tigers have a 1-0 lead. So just out of the reach of a diving Christian Barrera. And that's going to bring up Jacob Guevara. Guevara walked in the first inning, was stranded at third to end the first. Fouled back for strike one. And Moreno looking for the pitcher's best friend right here. Ground ball for a double play. Swing and a miss for strike two. So 0-2 to Guevara. Moreno gets the signs, comes set for the 0-2 pitch. Just off the outside corner. And the Picker fans are not too happy with that call. One-two pitch from Moreno. Curveball popped up. Should be infield fly rule. And Salinas makes the play for out number two. And that's going to bring up Austin Byer, who struck out looking on a questionable strike three call by the home plate umpire for the second out of the first inning. So runner still on first and second. Curveball, line drive out in the right field. That's going to drop in front of Vasquez. Runner being waved home. And throw home not in time, and Byer will take second, and that's going to give the Tigers a 2-run lead. That'll bring up the pitcher, Jaden Moreno. Moreno 1 for 1, base hit in the first inning. Well, Tigers could blow things open here with a base hit. Another 58-footer from Moreno for ball one. Again, don't want to have anything over the middle of the plate with pretty much any of these Tiger hitters. They will make you pay for it. Swing and a miss. Count even, 1 ball and 1 strike. Gets the sign and set for the 1-2 pitch, or 1-1 pitch. Ground ball foul outside the third base line. Count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. And Moreno racking up the pitches here in the second inning. He's already at 43. Next pitch will be the 44th pitch. Moreno set for the 1-2 pitch. Ground ball to third. Barrera up with it over to first for out number 3, but the Tigers pick up 2 runs on 2 hits. There were no errors. 2 runners left on base after an inning and a half. Floresville 2, Robstown 0. We'll be back on Picker Nation News. So back at Joe Hunter Field for the bottom of the second inning, Pickers trailing 2-0. Designated hitter Lucas Sines steps in. We were watching the game last night. Sines went tumbling into the fence down the left field line, chasing a fly ball, pretty much full speed. Takes the first pitch outside for ball one. Sines back in the lineup here and goes opposite field, and that's going to be a leadoff single for Sines, and you can see him hobbling down the line going towards first base, and we're going to go ahead and get a pinch runner for Sines, as there's no way he can make it around the base pass if that's as fast as he can run. You got to hand it to him, gutting it up. Looks like he is going to stay in there. At least this pitch. It's going to bring up Christian Barrera. Picker's going to have to play station to station with Sines running the bases right now. Barrera takes the first pitch. Called strike one. That pitch looked a little bit high. About letter high fastball to Barrera. And now we're going to have a pinch runner. It's going to be Mikey Olguin. Going to go run for Lucas Sines. And likely what will happen is Sines will re-enter for his next plate appearance, and if he's able to get on, they'll pinch run for him again, and at that point he will be burned. So 0-1 to Barrera. Moreno set. And the pitch to Barrera. Chopped foul outside the third baseline for strike two. Again, Olguin at first. Nobody out. Christian Barrera at the plate. Down 0-2. Swing and a miss. Strike three. That's going to bring up second baseman Dominic Alvarez. And Alvarez lines one into left. That's going to be a one-out single. And the Pickers have runners on first and second with one out. That's going to bring up Paxton Salinas. Salinas responsible for the only run of the game yesterday for Robstown with a solo home run just to the left of the scoreboard here at Joe Hunter Field. So Olguin at second, Alvarez at first. And Salinas stepping in, looking to drive in a run. Big gap in right center field as the center fielder playing way over to the left. Catcher set up inside, so looks like they're going to pitch Salinas inside. And that hit him. And the bases are loaded with one out. That's going to bring up the shortstop, Aiden Aguilar. And we'll have a courtesy runner for Salinas at first. It's going to be R.J. Flores. Again, center fielder way over to his right, our left. And the Go Red chants have started from the Robstown faithful. Wind up and the pitch from Moreno. Looked a little low, but called strike one. Swing and a miss, strike two. Aguilar just needs to put the ball in play. See it deep, hit it to the right side. and takes called strike 3. And that's going to bring up the right fielder, Michael Vasquez. Now 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning. Bases still loaded. Pickers trailing by 2. Toes the rubber for the first pitch to Vasquez. Vasquez squares, puts it down. Catcher goes over to first, and nice scoop by the first baseman Mutz on the suicide squeeze, and that's the 3rd out of the inning. No runs on 2 hits. No errors, bases left loaded after 2 complete. Robstown trails 2-0. We're back at Joe Hunter Field on the campus of Coastal Bend College in Beeville. Top of the 3rd inning. 5, 6, and 7 due up for the Tigers. Tigers with a 2-0 lead here. Christian Moreno on the mound for his 3rd inning of work. First pitch misses for ball 1. Mutz was hit by the pitch in the first inning. And the first base umpire is coming in to talk to the home plate umpire. Not sure what that discussion was about. So no pitch. Just inside for ball 1. And home plate umpire has had a pretty tight strike zone for Christian Moreno. That one was definitely a ball. 2-0 on Mutz. Curveball wasn't that inside, and he's trying to say it hit him. And that didn't even look close to him. That's a good acting job by Mutz. Don't know what the complaint is about. Yes, it was inside, but it wasn't even close. Well, the home plate umpire is going to go ask for some help. And of course, from our angle, it was pretty obvious that that ball did not hit the batter. Well, 3-1 now on Mutz. And again, not even close to hitting him, and he's going to act like it was that close. And that's usually a sign of a hitter that doesn't have confidence to put the ball in play. Bring up Emmett Nettles. Nettles 0 for 1, takes the first pitch for ball 1. Ball gets past Salinas, and Mutz rounds second on ball 2. Pitch from Moreno outside, ball 3. Again, control issues plaguing Moreno here in Floresville. Called strike 1, 3-1 on Nettles. Outside for ball 4. Tigers have runners on first and second with nobody out. I'm sure you can hear the breeze picking up here in Beeville, and time is called as Coach Miller is going to have a visit to the mound. Well, that's going to bring up Nolan Westbrook. Walked his first plate appearance. First pitch from Moreno. Westbrook squares and fouls it back for strike 1. Moreno set for the 0-1 pitch. Called strike 2. Pitch to Westbrook, called strike 3. Well, that's the first out of the inning. Now a double play gets the Pickers out of it. That's going to bring up the center fielder, Leighton Lotka. Lotka 0 for 1. And line drive past Moreta at third. Ocaña's up with it, and ball's cut off, and that's a 3-0 lead for the Tigers. It's going to bring up the number 9 hitter, Isaiah Jimenez. Jimenez also walked in the first inning. Or excuse me, in the second inning. First pitch from Moreno is high for ball 1. Two and 0 to Jimenez. High for ball 3. And you wonder at this point, how long can the Pickers stick with Moreno on the mound? And that's a 4-pitch walk to Jimenez. And that will be it for Moreno, as Coach Miller has called time and headed out for the mound for his second visit of the inning. So there will be a pitching change, and we'll have it for you after we come back on Picker Nation News. Back at Joe Hunter Field on the campus of Coastal Bend College in Beeville, Alan Salinas now on the mound. Designated hitter, leadoff batter Isaiah Ayala steps in for the Tigers. In 1 out, bases loaded, 1 run in here in the top of the third. Pickers trailing 3-0. First pitch from Salinas misses high for ball 1. Outside for ball 2, 2-0. called, strike one. Again, Nettles at third, Lotka at second, Jimenez at first. And a balk called by the home plate umpire. And Salinas is confused as to what it was. Picker coach is also questioning the umpire there. So 4-0 now, double plays out of this situation here. Runners on second and third with one out. And 3-1 to Ayala. Pickers bringing their infielders in. And ball 4 to Ayala. And the Tigers have the bases loaded again for Jacob Guevara. And Guevara 0 for 1 with the walk. Outside for ball 1. Picker fans growing increasingly frustrated with the home plate umpire. Ground ball to short, over to second for 1, over to first. And Lozano couldn't come up with it, so that'll be a fielder's choice. And the Tigers take a 5-0 lead. So Salinas got just what he needed in a ground ball to short. But a poor relay throw from Alvarez to first. That's going to bring up the Tiger shortstop, Austin Byer. Byer 1 for 2. Strikeout and a single. Swing and a miss for strike 1. And that's Salinas especially right here, lefty on lefty. That ball goes from behind the batter to right over the plate. And time called by the home plate umpire. Runner off. Count even, 1 ball and 1 strike. As Guevara takes second. 2-1 now on Byer. Swinging a ground ball. Lozano up with it. Goes over to first for out number 3. So 3 runs on 1 hit. There were no errors, bases left, or 2 runners left on base. After 2.5 innings, Floresville 5, Robstown 0. We'll be back on Picker Nation News. So back at Joe Hunter Field on the campus of Coastal Bend College in Beeville. Bottom of the third inning, Pickers down by 5. Plenty of time to mount a comeback, but the crooked numbers have to start coming soon. Jose Serrano leads things off. 1, 2, and 3 due up for the Pickers. Check swing foul. Nice play there made by Coach Miller in the third base coach's box. 0-1 to Serrano. Serrano 1 for 1, led off the top of the first inning with an infield single to second. 0-1 pitch from Moreno. Ball popped foul out of play. And the count now 0-2. Fly ball out in the left field. Left fielder drifting back and makes an over-the-shoulder catch. Nice play there by Jacob Guevara out in left field. Again, wind now shifted to blowing out a bit towards left field, but not near as hard as it was going last night. That's going to bring up Alberto Cañas, who popped into a bunt double play in the first inning. 0 for 1. First pitch from Moreno. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Ground ball to third. Third baseman up with it, over to first for out number 2. Moreno cruising along here in the third inning. 2 2/3 innings pitched, and he's thrown 24 pitches. First pitch to Lozano, misses high for ball 1. Lozano fouls it straight back. Count even. 1 ball and 1 strike. Fly ball out into left. Guevara going back, and that's an opposite field solo home run for Aiden Lozano. So Pickers on the board here with the solo shot from Aiden Lozano. That's his 3rd home run on the year, 2nd opposite field home run. And again, you catch that ball up in the jet stream in left field, that ball's going to go. That's the 3rd home run in 2 games to left field between the 2 teams. Well, hopefully, unlike last night, that won't be the only run for the Pickers. You see Lucas Saenz has re-entered the game. Saenz singled to right in his only plate appearance. Was lifted for a pinch runner as he is not moving very well. Takes a shot down right field line again, just foul for strike 1. Pitch to Saenz. Pops it up again on the right side. Let's see if the first baseman has room. He does, and makes the catch for the final out of the inning. But the Pickers pick up 1 run on the Lozano solo home run. After 3, Floresville 5, Robstown 1. We'll be back on Picker Nation News and the NFHS Network. Go back for the top of the fourth inning. Jaden Moreno leading things off. Alan Salinas still on the mound for the Pickers. First pitch, called strike one. Count even, 1 ball and 1 strike. Low for ball 2. Salinas set for the 2-1 pitch. Called strike 2. But I'll give it to the umpire on that one. He's called that one all game long. I don't think that's anywhere near the strike zone, but all you want is for your umpire to be consistent. And that one has been a consistent call for him this evening. Line drive up the middle. That's a leadoff single for Moreno. Moreno now 2 for 3 in the game. That's going to bring up the first baseman Mutz and courtesy runner Schultz over at first. And Barrera up at the cut of the grass expecting a bunt. Squares, throw down to first, not in time. Pickoff attempt, not in time. Again, Muntz showed his hand there, squares to bunt. Barrera at third could probably come in even more. That one a little bit closer, but Schultz back in time. Outside, 2-0. Throw down almost. Got the runner leaning to second. 2-1 now on Mutz as he missed the bunt there. Another pickoff attempt, not in time. And 1 now to Mutz. And that was ball 4. Runners on first and second for the Tigers. And that'll bring up Emmett Nettles. Nettles 0 for 1 with the walk. And that ball is way out, but way foul. Set for the 0-1 pitch. Outside, count even, 1 ball and 1 strike. And 1-1 pitch from Salinas popped up. Should be infield fly. Finally, the second base umpire calls it. Lozano makes the catch for out number 1. Oh, runners stay on first and second. Now with 1 out. And that's going to bring up Nolan Westbrook. Low for ball 1. Westbrook 0 for 1. Inside 2-0. And time called. Again, Pickers a double play depth in the infield, straight away in the outfield. Swing and a foul back. Count 2 balls and 1 strike. Base hit to right field, and runner's going to be sent home as the ball gets past Vasquez in right field. And the Tigers get another run back, 6-1. That'll be a single and an error on Vasquez. And the Tigers now have runners on second and third with 1 out. Infield coming in for the Pickers. First pitch to Lotka misses outside for ball 1. Fouled back for strike 1. Count even, 1 ball and 1 strike. One ball, 2 strikes. Lotka 1 for 2 this game. Again, infield in for the Pickers. And that pitch hits him, And the bases are loaded. Again, ahead in the count. And the pitcher hits the batter. That's going to bring up the number 9 batter, Isaiah Jimenez. It looks like the Pickers are going to have another pitching change as Coach Miller makes his way out to the mound. Looks like Lucas Sines is going to take the hill for Robstown. And we'll be back on Picker Nation News. Oh, Lucas Sines on the mound. This is much earlier than we're used to seeing Sines, but he has been the closer for the Pickers all year, and we need to close things out right here. Swing and a miss by Jimenez. Count even, 1 ball and 1 strike. Curveball in there for called, strike 2. About a 58-footer right there for ball 2. Two pitch from Sines, fouled back. Count stays 2-2. Called, strike 3. That's out number 2 here in the top of the 4th inning. That's going to bring up the leadoff batter, Isaiah Ayala. And you've got Mutz at 3rd, Westbrook at 2nd, and Lotka at 1st. 2 outs here, 1 run scored here in the top of the 4th inning. Ayala 1 for 2 on the evening. Sign set, first pitch to Ayala, ground ball to 3rd, Barrera up with it, over to 1st for out number 3. So 1 run on 1 hit, 2 hits, bases left loaded after 3.5 innings. Floresville 6, Robstown 1. We'll be back on Picker Nation News. Back at Joe Hunter Field on the campus of Coastal Bend College in Beeville. Christian Barrera leading things off here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Fly ball out into left field, hooking into the Picker bullpen for strike one. In Floresville with a 6-run lead, and if you want any indication of how this game is going, that was the 29th pitch by Jaden Moreno. The pitch misses for ball one. Count even, 1 ball and 1 strike. That pitch fouled back. Catcher giving chase. Nice hustle there. Couldn't quite make the play. And the count is now 1-2. Again, that was the 32nd pitch by Moreno. Combined 3 pitchers for Robstown. They're at 102. So pitching is the name of the game. Floresville's had it. Robstown is not. And Barrera takes called ball 2. Okay. Umpire flinched like he was going to call strike 3, but he called ball 2. So count even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ground ball to shortstop, over to first, and in time for out number 1. Nice play there by Byer at short. Over to Mutz at first for out number 1. That's going to bring up Dominic Alvarez. Alvarez 1 for 1 here in game 2. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Two now on Alvarez. 0-2 pitch from Moreno. This is low for ball 1. One-two pitch to Alvarez, fouled back. Count stays 1-2. Count even now, 2-2. Outside, count now full, 3 balls and 2 strikes to Dominic Alvarez. A base hit, ball 4 situation for the Picker second baseman here. Payoff pitch, fouled back to the screen. Count stays full at 3-2. Another payoff pitch to Alvarez. Swinging a line drive. That's going to second baseman to come up with it and throws it away. Alvarez going to second. I think he might have beat that throw anyway. A single and an error. So Alvarez is on second with 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. That's going to bring up the catcher, Paxton Salinas. Well, that ball just kind of cued out there between first and second. Second baseman Westbrook came up with it, threw it high to Mutz. Ball went all the way to the screen here behind home plate. Alvarez ends up at second. Salinas was hit by a pitch in his only plate appearance. Steps in again with Alvarez on second, 1 out. Pickers need cricket numbers in the worst way. First pitch to Salinas, called strike 1. Salinas goes chasing for strike 2. Moreno set for the 0-2 pitch to Salinas. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That's out number 2 here in the bottom of the 4th. It's going to bring up Aiden Aguilar. Aguilar 0 for 1. Size hole on the right side with the second baseman Westbrook keeping Alvarez close. Aguilar calls time. And Moreno set for the first pitch to Aguilar. Takes a look at Alvarez, and here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Oh and 2 on Aguilar. I think that swing, Aguilar might think he's going to get a 5-run home run to tie the game. We just need a base hit right here. Ball fouled out of play on the right side. Count stays 0 and 2. Again, Dominic Alvarez at second, 1 out. Excuse me, 2 outs here in the 4th inning, and Aguilar fights one off. Keep the count at 0 and 2. Another 0-2 pitch to Aguilar, misses high, 4-1. This is the first inning that the Pickers have really made Moreno work on the mound. Just miss. Count even now, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And here the Floresville crowd groan when the umpire did not call that strike 3. Catcher set up on the outside corner. 2-2 pitch to Aguilar. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So no runs on 1 hit. There was 1 error, 1 runner left on base. After 4 complete, Floresville 6, Robstown 1. We'll be back on Picker Nation News and the NFHS Network. Oh, back at Joe Hunter Field, top of the 5th inning. Lucas Saenz still on the mound for the Pickers. Jacob Guevara, left fielder tonight for the Tigers, leading things off 6-1 in favor of Floresville. Guevara pops it back foul for strike one. Guevara 0 for 2 with an RBI. One pitch from Saenz. Nice stab by Barrera. Gets up and throws it. That's going to be a tough play. And not sure why Paxton Salinas wasn't backing up the play at first. Fortunately, Guevara did not go. Nice play there by Barrera. Just not enough on the throw. And the Tigers have a leadoff runner on here in the 5th. It's going to bring up shortstop Austin Byer. First pitch to Byer. Check swing. Ball one. And Byer 1 for 3 tonight. And runner picked off at first. Nice move there by Saenz to Lozano. Salinas set up outside, and 1-0 pitch to Byer, swing and a miss, strike one, count even, 1 ball and 1 strike. Just off the outside corner, 2-1 to Byer. Again, just amazed that Lucas Saenz is even in this game right now after seeing him run full speed into the fence down the left field line. His knee was what got hurt, but it looked like he might have almost knocked himself unconscious running full speed into the fence. Fortunately, the fence here at Joe Hunter Field, the top of it is padded. It looked like that's where his face hit. Swing and a foul ball back here to the left side. And almost got Officer Acosta walking back across the street. Count even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out, nobody on here in the top of the 5th inning. Swing and a ground ball to the right side. Alvarez up with it over to Saenz. Has his foot on the bag. Nice play for out number 2. Great play there by Dominic Alvarez, sticking with the ball as Aiden Lozano ranged far to his right off of first base. And great job of covering first by Lucas Saenz. Well, that's going to bring up the pitcher, Jaden Moreno. Moreno 2 for 3. Steps in with nobody on, 2 out for the 5th. High and inside for ball 1. On Moreno. And Moreno doing a pretty good job pitching for the Tigers tonight, giving up 5 hits but only 1 run. Not sure where that one was, but that was ball 3. 3-0 on Moreno. might have been a little bit better, but 3-1 either way on Moreno. High for ball 4. Bring up first baseman Landon Mutz. Mutz has no official at bat. Walked both times. Called strike 1. Ground ball to Alvarez at second. Over to Lozano at first. For out number 3. So clean inning here for the Pickers. No run. 1 runner left on base after 4.5. Floresville 6, Robstown 1. We'll be back on Picker Nation News. Back at Joe Hunter Field for the bottom of the 5th inning. 9-1-2 due up for the Pickers. Mikey Vasquez leading things off. And Jaden Moreno on the mound for his 5th inning of work. First pitch to Vasquez, swing and a foul ball for strike 1. Again, you want to talk about the difference of the game. Yes, we're getting out hit 7-5 as Vasquez takes ball 1. Pickers pitchers with 9 walks. As Vasquez pops one up to Byer at short. Moreno has not walked any. So Jose Serrano steps in with nobody on and 1 out. And the wind up and the first pitch to Serrano. Lines the ball out into center field. Center fielder playing way over to his right, makes the play. And that's good defensive alignment by Floresville. If the center fielder is playing in his normal spot, that's probably a gap or extra bases for Serrano. As it is, Lotka makes the running catch for out number 2. Again, good job of defensive alignment there by the Tigers. Now Albert Ocaña steps in, takes the first pitch low for ball 1. Ocaña's 0 for 2 so far this game. Aiden Lozano on deck. He would be next if Ocaña can reach. Burt takes outside for ball 2. fouls that one on the other side of the Floresville bullpen for strike one. And Ocañas rips one down the left field line, but foul. Count stays, or excuse me, count's now even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And count now full on Ocañas, 3-2. And payoff pitch to Ocañas. Swinging a foul ball out of play to the right side. Count stays full at 3-2. Another payoff pitch to Ocañas. Called strike 3. So Pickers retired in order. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left. We're headed to the top of the 6th. Floresville 6, Robstown 1. We'll be back on Picker Nation News and the NFHS Network. And back in Beeville at Coastal Bend College for the top of the 6th inning, Emmett Nettles leading things off. Nettles 0 for 2 here in game 2. Pickers with 6 outs to work with to try to get at least 5 runs. Lucas Saenz on the mound for his 3rd inning of work. First pitch to Nettles, swing and a miss for strike 1. Oh and 2 on Nettles. And Saenz shook off about 3 pitches there. 0-2 pitch. Goes for the gas and misses outside for ball 1. I think Saenz a little too amped up on that pitch. Overthrew it. You throw submarine like Saenz and Alan Salinas, your release point is very important. Called strike 3. And Nettles is retired looking for out number 1. That's going to bring up the second baseman, Nolan Westbrook. Westbrook 1 for 2 here in game 2. Westbrook takes the first pitch for called strike one. Foul ball to the right side, 0-2 on Westbrook. One and two. Called strike one on Lotka. Swing and a miss for strike two. Lotka 1 for 2 here in game two. Swing and a miss, strike three. And the Tigers are retired in order for what might be the first time tonight. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. After 5.5 innings, Pickers need some runs. They trail 5-1, 6-1. Back at Joe Hunter Field here in Coastal Bend College, Beeville, bottom of the 6th inning. Pickers need more runs than outs at this point. 3, 4, and 5 for the Pickers. Aiden Lozano leads things off. Lozano 1 for 2, but that one was a solo home run. Takes the first pitch for called strike one. Even 1 ball and 1 strike. And that hits Lozano right in his right elbow. And he'll go down to first. And Pickers have a runner on first with nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th. That's going to bring up the pitcher, Lucas Sines. Sines 1 for 2. Moreno set for the first pitch to Sines. Time called. And that's the first free base for the Pickers tonight. No walks, just a hit by pitch. Sines takes the first pitch high for ball one. Throw down to first, not in time. Again, Moreno has not walked anyone here in game two. Just the most recent hit by pitch. Pickers pitchers have walked 9. 1-0 to Sines. Swing and a foul back for strike one. And Moreno set for the 1-1 pitch. Lozano acting like he might be going. Sines takes strike two. Moreno taking his time with the runner on first. Surprise, Sines hasn't called time. Outside, count even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. That was pitch number 70 by Moreno. Still plenty of bullets in the chamber to get him the full 7. Unless the wheels completely fall off. Line drive to center. Lotka coming in and makes the catch for out number 1. That's going to bring up third baseman Christian Barrera. Barrera 0 for 2 here in game 2. Again, winner of this series takes on the winner of the Wimberley-Sinton series. Game 2 taking place this evening. Wimberley with a 1-0 lead as Barrera fouls the ball straight down for strike one. And center fielder Lotka playing way over to the left side. Moreno set for the 0-1. Called strike two. Pick-off attempt. Lozano back safely. Moreno set for the 0-2 pitch. Just a bit outside for ball one. And the 1-2 to Barrera. Swing and a foul back over the right side. Count stays, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ball gets away from the catcher and Lozano advances to second. And the count's now 2-2 on Barrera. In 2 balls and 2 strikes on Christian Barrera. Looking for his first base hit of game 2 as you can hear the wind picking up here in Beeville. And here comes Moreno's 2-2 pitch to Barrera. Swing and a miss for strike 3. And that's out number 2. For the Pickers here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Pickers down to 4 outs to continue their season. Let's going to bring up Dominic Alvarez. Alvarez 1 for 2. Again here in game 2. First pitch to Alvarez, misses low, 4-1. On the right side of the infield and outfield as well. Catcher set up outside, called strike 1. Low for ball 2. It's the Floresville fans who are upset with the strike zone. 2-1 pitch to Alvarez. Called strike 2. Swing and a foul back over the right side. Count stays 2 balls and 2 strikes. Another 2-2 pitch to Alvarez. Swing and a foul back. Nice job of staying alive there by Alvarez. Count still stays 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jaden Moreno towing the rubber again for the Tigers for another 2-2 pitch to Dominic Alvarez. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that's out number 3. So no runs, no hits. It was a hit by pitch. 1 runner left on base after 6 complete. Floresville 6, Robstown 1. We'll be back on Picker Nation News on the NFHS Network. And back in Beeville, top of the 7th inning. Isaiah Jimenez takes the first pitch from Lucas Saenz for strike 1. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2 on Jimenez. Top of the order with Isaiah Ayala on deck. Sign set for the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike three. Oh, Isaiah Ayala steps in. 1 for 3 here in game 2. Coach Salazar going to have a quick word with Ayala. Again, Lucas Signs in for his third inning of work, and time called by Ayala. One and 0 to Ayala. Called strike one, count even, 1 ball and 1 strike. Swing and a miss, strike 2. One ball, 2 strike count on Ayala. Selena set up on the outside corner. 1-2 pitch from Signs. Fly ball out into left field. Staying up for Ocañas in left. He's camped under it and makes the play for out number 2. That's going to bring up Jacob Guevara. Guevara in left field tonight. He is 1 for 3. Yeah, nobody on. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th inning. Sign set. First pitch to Guevara. Evidently a little bit low for ball 1. Swinging a ground ball to third. Barrera going to have to hurry. Gets it over to first. Not in time, and an infield single for Guevara. That's going to bring up the shortstop, Austin Byer. Swinging a ground ball, foul down the first base line. Signs takes a look over at Guevara at first. 0-1 to Byer, misses low, count even, 1 ball and 1 strike. Just off the outside corner for ball 2. 2-1 on the Tiger shortstop. Low for ball 3. Signs takes a walk behind the mound. refocuses for the 3-1 pitch. Swing and a base hit to center field. Oh, Sedano comes in and makes the catch. That looked like a base hit all the way, but Sedano comes in and makes a diving catch for out number 3. So we're going to head to the bottom of the 7th. Pickers need at least 5 runs. We'll be back on Picker Nation News and the NFHS Network. Back at Joe Hunter Field, bottom of the 7th inning, Pickers are in dire need of 5 runs to continue their season. 7, 8, and 9 in the order due up. Paxton Salinas. Looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter next. That looks like J.C. Trevino with the bat on deck. And then Michael Vasquez is due up. Third. And Jaden Moreno looking to close things out here in the 7th inning. He's gone the whole way for the Tigers. First pitch to Salinas, in there for a called strike 1. And Salinas pops it up here on top of the roof. And it is 0-2. Well, Salinas stays alive and fouls another pitch out of play. Called by Salinas. So 0-2, nobody on here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Pickers trailing by 5. Moreno shakes off the first sign, agrees to the second. And a slow roller. Salinas hustling down the line. And nice throw by Emmett Nettles at first for out number 1. J.C. Trevino will be the pinch hitter. Coach Miller calling time to make sure J.C. checks in with the home plate umpire. 21 for 13. JC been doing quite a bit of pitching here recently, not too much in the batter's box though, but he's going to get a chance here in a pretty important spot. Takes the first pitch high for ball 1. 2-0 to Trevino. Again, Pickers need 5 runs plus to force a game 3. They have to get those 5 runs before they get their next 2 outs. 2-0 pitch from Moreno. Inside for ball 3. So 3 straight balls to J.C. Trevino. Again, Michael Vasquez waiting on deck. Called strike 1. That looked like an automatic 3-0 strike right there. That was a bit high. And 3-1 pitch to Trevino. Ground ball to short. Byer up with it. Over to Mutz at first. And the Tigers are 1 out away from a regional semifinal series victory. And it looks like we're going to have another pinch hitter for the Pickers. That looks like Anthony Gonzalez, yesterday's starting pitcher, that's going to pinch hit for Michael Vasquez. And Pickers again down to their last out here in this regional semifinal round. And Gonzalez swinging at the first pitch, fouls it off down to third base line. Count even, 1 ball and 1 strike on Gonzalez. Two and 1 now. Much to the dismay of the umpires in the stands wearing maroon. 2-1 pitch to Gonzalez. Line drive out into center field over the second baseman. That's going to be a 2-out single for Anthony Gonzalez. Nice job of just throwing his hands out there and sending the ball up the middle. And that's going to flip the order over to leadoff hitter Jose Serrano. Serrano steps in 1 for 3 tonight in game 2. Moreno set for the first pitch to Serrano. Serrano fouls it out of play over the Picker dugout for strike 1. And Moreno set for the 0-1 pitch to Serrano. Catcher set up inside. And just off the inside corner, count even. 1 ball and 1 strike. Now things could be getting tense for the Tigers, as this will be pitch number 100 for Jaden Moreno. Called strike 2. And the Pickers are down to their last strike. And the Tiger fans, most of them on their feet here in Beeville. Moreno set for the 1-2. Gonzalez off. Foul tip as the catcher Flores could not handle that pitch. And Gonzalez returns to to first. A lot of the Tiger fans were ready to celebrate there, but Flores could not hang on to that foul tip. So another 1-2 pitch from Moreno. Gonzalez off again, and Serrano fouls one off into the netting. And Alberto Cañas waiting on deck. He would be next if the Pickers do survive this at-bat. And Tigers not holding Gonzalez on at first, so he's been off on the last 2 pitches. He's off again, and Gonzalez steals second. Count now even. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ground ball. Moreno gets it himself and takes a 3 unassisted, and the Floresville Tigers are 4A Region 4 semifinal champs as they defeat the Robstown Cotton Pickers by a score of 6-1. And final box score of the game, Floresville 6 runs, 8 hits, 1 error. Robstown 1 run, 5 hits, 1 error. But again, the difference of the game was 9 walks by Robstown pitchers. Well, we want to wish best of luck to the Floresville Tigers as they will face either the Sinton Pirates or the Wimberley Texans in the Region 4 Division 2 finals in 4A. Again, good season for the Pickers, 3 rounds deep for a team that a lot of people picked to finish 4th in the district. They beat the Gruya Gators 2-1 in the bi-district round and swept the Brazosport Exporters in the area round. So again, want to wish Floresville best of luck, and Picker Nation, be ready to see us going around town this summer. We're going to be looking for sponsors and advertisers for our live streams for the fall season. We'll be live streaming all of the football and basketball games, football and volleyball games in the fall. And if you want to support Picker Nation News and Robstown Athletics, you give us a call at 361-371-2107, and we can get the name of your business out there. So again, want to thank everyone for joining us on Picker Nation News this year. Been a great season for Robstown Athletics. Want to wish everyone a great weekend, great evening. Congratulations to all of our seniors who are going to be walking the stage tomorrow evening. Again, congratulations to our seniors. Thanks